Hey everybody, it's Mike from Get Your Rock Out, and I'm here at Hammerfest with Darkane. How are you guys doing?
Doing great, thanks.
You are Superman, as I understand it. I was at the Soilworks show the other night, and I was there watching you do the one rehearsal. I mean, getting through the set list. Tell me the whole situation. How did it all come about?
It came about that Dirk, their drummer, the Soilworks drummer, he pulled a muscle or something in his chest, and he barely can move. He's like, and he actually can't lay down either. He's like half sitting up, and so of course it's not possible to even play the drums then. So with one day's notice, they just asked me if I could do their set. So I had learned 14 songs in one day. So it was kind of rough, But I have a lot of charts, so it's a lot of chart reading and stuff. But we made the gig, and we did the first day in Bristol. We didn't have any time for rehearsal, so we did only sound check with 2 songs, and then the rest of the songs we played for the first time on the gig. And I never play them on drums either. I only play them on my practice pad. So it was rough, but it kind of one song messed up, but that was it. The other ones we played through it and it was okay. But I just hope that Dirk gets well very soon. It's at the moment it doesn't look good, but he's going to be well, of course, but don't know when.
According to their front man, he is currently on tour with them, like he's still there, but it's all looking a little bit patchy. Maybe he won't make the tour. So you've got double pay, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Double time, double pay.
Double time, double pay, maybe. Yeah. No, I'm doing the set with Darkane, first, and then a few 20 minutes rest, and then I do the Soilworks set. So it's rough, but it's great. It's great. I do get a lot of practice, so yeah, I'm fine with that.
Doing well. You're like Gary Holt.
Yeah.
Just do a set with Exodus, do a set with Slayer. It's all good.
Exactly.
So you were on the stage with Overkill last night, as I understand it, and of course they're going to be playing late today. What was that like?
That was actually a bit different because a lot of the people in the audience, Darkane did, and we didn't play with Darkane, so it was the only Soilworks playing yesterday. So, but that was, their crowd is a bit different than the Soilworks crowd, I guess. So there was a lot of more old school thrash people there, I grew up listening to bands like Overkill and Centrix, especially. That's one of my favorite bands. So it was cool seeing them too, and it was a great evening though. A lot of old school thrash, and I like that. So.
Now, I was impressed by you guys at Sound Control because you had a very atmospheric sound. It was great soaring vocals, the reverb behind it, especially the drums. But how do you create a sound with that kind of sweep, that kind of very much fills the room?
With Darkane? Yeah, I mean it's.
Yeah, I don't have a clue.
That's great.
I just play my instrument. And,
that's a lot of it. We kind of. In the beginning, when we did the first album, we kind of wanted to mix like old school kind of thrash stuff with bands like Strapping Young Lad. That's back in '98. So I think that's kind of the trademark still. We like a big chorus and everything with. We don't do that much of like atmospheric synthesizers and stuff, but we do way more with the guitars and with the vocals now. And Lawrence did a great job on the new album Sinister Supremacy, for laying out this kind of atmospheric kind of stuff with the vocals. So, and I think it's all it's not unique in any way, but a lot of bands like play faster thrash, and then the chorus is kind of a bigger thing, But
and we fill out the gaps with some backing tracks and a little bit of synthesizers and stuff,
and some strings and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's you get that kind of a fat sound on it.
So it's interesting then that it was like late 90s that you decided to take the style of thrash and then kind of elevate it, which is kind of what a lot of bands were doing at that time, especially around maybe the Gothenburg area. Where do you feel, like once you guys started, do you feel that maybe bands like you were helping thrash revitalize itself? The older guys were looking and going, oh, well, they're doing this great new stuff, we're going to have to get off our asses and try and do it better.
I think, yeah, in a way, because, back in 97, 98, when we were playing thrash, wasn't that, the revival wasn't there yet, and everything. And so I think we kind of, we were together with like The Haunted and bands like that, we were, beginning to play this kind of thrash style, a bit more back then modern, in a modern way. But I also think that Rusted Angel, our first album, came out in '99, but recorded in '98. So I think that was one of the first albums actually where you kind of mix that kind of the vocal style, with the harsh vocals, and then the chorus is kind of more like a melodic. I mean, bands like In Flames and Soilworks and stuff really didn't do it back then. They all already just had the harsh vocals on it. So I think that was kind of mix that we were in the beginning of. At least we were not the first, or anything, but we were, as I said, mixing it with the strapping young lad kind of feeling of the choruses, So I think we were in the forefront with a lot of Swedish bands back then, just trying to get the thrash thing going again. So and now there's a lot of bands sound like that, and out of that came, of course, before that with the melodic death metal, the Swedish Gothenburg style, and we mixed that with the thrash elements. So. I kind of think we kept true to that. It's a lot of skank beats and fast playing, and today it's like bands that play like 10 times faster than we do. Like they're really extreme bands, but we're keeping true to what we started, I think.
It's interesting now that there's been the big thrash revival. Being part of maybe the early days of the revival, is there now an opportunity to maybe go in a different direction? You think the revival's happened, maybe we need to do something a bit different to kickstart the next generation or something like that?
Well, we always think that going in a new direction is a good thing, but it's not always that easy to do it. We've found our path, and so all bands, it's hard to deviate from that, even though we try as much as we can, of course.
And also, you don't want to disappoint, the old fans, of course, but it's. I think our albums actually sound quite different, all of them. They're in the style of Darkane, but they sound different, also production-wise and stuff like that. So yeah, but we try to develop, but but we are who we are, and so it kind of sounds like Darkane anyway, I guess.
Just out of curiosity, because you're going to be playing 2 sets tonight, do you have like a set thing that you do to get ready for a show? And now that you're doing double the work, have you had to increase that, or have you had to just drink a whole lot of coffee? What are you doing today?
I actually don't drink coffee, so but anyways, I tend to do what I always do. I have like at least a 15-minute warm up, and I do that kind of always before I play, even though I just practice at home or anything. I have like this warm up. I've had problems with my back and my wrist and stuff in the past, playing the drums, so I'm very careful about getting the time to do my warm up. So I do the warm up before the Darkane gig, and then we play for like 45 minutes, and then I'm warmed up already for the Swordwork gig. So I just try to keep warm during those changeover for 20-30 minutes between the shows. Now today it's going to be like 3 hours, so I'm going to do like a new warm up for Swordwork, but I'm feeling in great shape. The other day we had the first rehearsal actually with Swordwork, so we played the whole set on the sound check. Then I did the Darkane gig, and then I did the Swordwork gig. So that was like 3 hours of just playing, or 3.5 actually. So, but it's I feel I'm in great shape at the moment, so it's not a big deal. But definitely warming up. That's real for me. It's really, really important. Not to get hurt, or just it's like I think this kind of music is like a mix of sports and music, actually. At least for the drummer. For you, for me it is. Yeah.
And to be fair, it sounded like the crowd really appreciated what you were doing. You were a new hero, pretty much. Yeah. Everyone, they took you into their hearts.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's a good way of just letting people also know that it's not Dirk playing, and they can't really expect everything to be like a normal gig, so to speak. But they definitely embrace it very, very well, and I was all flattered, because I think it's better to do the tour like this, me filling in for Dirk, and just make the tour happen instead of just canceling it. So, but yeah, it was a great great response, that was sure.
All right, unfortunately we're gonna have to wrap this up pretty soon, but do you have a message right into the camera for all our readers at Get Your Rock Out?
Check out Darkane's new album, The Sinister Supremacy,
and stay metal.
Stay metal.
Darkane and Soilwork for now. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good show.
Thanks.
Good gobble show.
Thank
Good
you
show.
very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.